one-dimensional.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the rookie from San Diego State, it's Donnell Pumphrey. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. To throw is Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. An Eagle first down there. Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll run again with Pumphrey. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And he connects with Ertz. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And only able to muster a couple, down to about the 27.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Wentz going to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked #1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
Wentz to throw on second down. This will be caught just inside the 10. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the first, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on fourth down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Play clock winding down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Again, it's Pumphrey. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Eagles on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. On first down, Wentz. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Donnie Jones set to punt it away now in his 14th year in the NFL as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Completes it to the rookie from North Carolina, Ryan Switzer. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Second down, Prescott. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Michael Kendricks coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
Prescott from the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
They'll run here with Pumphrey. Had a nice move, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle to Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Throwing on first is Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Now Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. They run with Pumphrey. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Prescott now on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Prescott on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. And a short gain here down to the 22. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 39. And Bailey able to knock it through. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
They'll try and run this. It's Pumphrey. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackle.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. It's good, and it's 21-10. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time, 1 play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is. And this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we got a backup who's warmed up and has come into the game. So you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they just had that pick-6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, you know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And, you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
Tough spot for the offense. 3rd and 8. Prescott to throw it. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Michael Kendricks in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll keep this one away from Sproles as this is angled toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. Throwing now is Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Wentz. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that certainly looked like the Torrey Smith we knew in Baltimore. A guy can just run past defenses, and what do they say? Take the top right off of them.
Game-changing speed, and the days in Baltimore good, days in San Fran not so great, but now hoping to get back to his former self.
I would say they have an extremely motivated wide receiver in Torrey Smith.
On the run, it's Pumphrey. And some room to maneuver. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Pumphrey last year at San Diego State led the country over 2,100 yards rushing. The question now, how do you see him translating to the NFL?
Well, I hear all the naysayers talk about him being less than 180 pounds, but look, the production at San Diego State, the number of carries, this kid has toughness. He will carry the ball and surprise people. And look, he broke Marshall Faulk's record at San Diego State. That's got to count for something.
Now Wentz on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll run it now with Pumphrey. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Sproles. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Back now here on EA Sports. Second down following the run. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Interesting quirk in the schedule coming up for the Cowboys. Typically, you get 10 days off after these Thanksgiving games, but this year they play next Thursday. They get their 3rd straight home game, this time hosting the Redskins.
You never know how the schedule's going to fall. You're right, it has been tradition. Thanksgiving game, 10 days off, but not in this case. A nice little stretch for Dallas.
Down 0 for 3 to this point. They could use against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. On play action, Prescott. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. Throwing, Prescott. Forced out to his left. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now the backup, Darren McFadden. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. 3rd and long for Prescott. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on and it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it with Sproles. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Here's Donnie Jones now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. And out now come the Cowboys. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. To throw is Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing him.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more...
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Brent Selleck, his second touchdown on the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence, because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is third down and 12. The Wildcat, McFadden. And an alley to run. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Eagles, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday afternoon at around 3:30 Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaunt. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night, everybody.